Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Village Let's Build. And guys, you might not recognize me at all actually, because I am wearing some gold armor today. Let me just take off the helmet real quick so you guys can see my face. There we go. Love the armor, like I've said a couple of times here in the Conquest Resource Pack. It's honestly just so cool having so much detail, going along with it. So I just like to throw on the armor. Why not? Well, I'll leave my head open, I guess, so I have a little bit of my identity here still. Although it's kind of funny because if you look at the detail of like the armor compared to the detail of my character's face, it's just like night and day. It kind of doesn't really match very well, but that's fine. I think it'll be funny. But anyway, welcome back to the village, guys. Today I'm going to be continuing working on this inn. I'm going to try to finish up the exterior of it today. And if I can get that done in a timely manner, as well as just put in the floors and stuff and the ceilings and everything, just get everything figured out on the inside, not necessarily furnished just yet, but just get things figured out. If I can finish all that, then I might start world editing in some mountain ranges behind the farm, so behind the silo and everything, because it's something I want to do. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to look good or like how it's going to work, but it's something I want to try, and I think it could add a lot of character to the village, so that's something we might get to today. So let's just go ahead and get started, wasting time. One thing I did with this inn is I changed a little bit of it. I lowered the size of the roof from the original episode that we started working on it, so it's a little bit smaller on that front, but there's still a few more things that I would need to do to it just to get it to where I want it to be. But right now, from this angle right here, this is like really nice. This is exactly what I was hoping for. So if we can continue this, then we'll be on a good pace to get another quality looking build onto the server. So I'm just gonna start off by getting rid of these stairs here. Just got to scrap these, and let's see if I can grab some slabs from somewhere. Slabs anywhere? Anybody home? Here we go. Also, I wonder if I put slabs right here, would that improve the build or would that take away from the build? I don't know. It's one of those things where more detail I find on fantasy style builds like this help it more than hurt it typically. Honestly, I think that makes it look actually a little bit better, just a little bit. It's really subtle, so we'll just put a lining of slabs around this edge like that. It's a very small touch, but it'll work just fine. Anyway, let's continue placing slabs. That's the only thing we have placed so far today, but that's okay. We're going to get to other stuff. Going to finish off the roof first here. The roof on the back of the build is different than the front, so we have to keep that in mind. And we're going to actually scrap this over here and turn this into some slabs. We're going to do 2 slabs, a full block, a full block, a full block, and then upside down stair, or upside down slab stair. So 3 full blocks and then that. All right. We can kind of just like look at it from a distance, so I think we should be able to get it just fine. So there's our first full block, there's our second, there's our third, and then we're going to place our stair on top of this, and then we're going to place 2 stairs and then a full block like that, I believe. And then everything else, I believe, is just status quo running up and through, and it should connect if I place one more. Okay, fly, character, fly. There we go. That's gonna be the setup for this roof. So what do we got to do next? Well, I'm gonna place some of the gray stained clay running all the way down and through. Absolutely beautiful block, signature of the town. I don't know what I'd do without it. We'll start off with this. And one thing I'm also going to check on this area is the farmhouse, because we did it similarly over there. In fact, just like Optifine zooming over there, it looks like the gray stained clay does leak over the slabs a little bit, kind of like what we have right here. That is totally fine. That's kind of what I wanted anyway, so we'll go with that. And that'll continue straight up through to the top of the build. We'll see how this looks. The back of the roof is going to look different from the front. Did this on purpose to increase surface area on the interior. It may not look the best on the outside, but I feel like having a lot of interior space for an inn is a lot more valuable than having the exterior look really nice, especially on the back, where there's not going to be as much visibility typically. So I'll kind of show you guys what I mean a little bit more here in a second once I get the rest of this roof filled in. But basically, from the side view, the roof is different from front to back. So on the front, it's, you know, much more steep, whereas on the back, it's kind of got that curving shape. So it looks a little weird from the back or from the side. But again, the reason why I did that is so we had more space on the interior. Because if I would have just taken this same concept from this side down to this side, it would have taken like 4 or 5 blocks off the width of the build, which I think would have really cramped myself on the inside when I'm trying to design rooms for, you know, people that are staying. I was going to say inmates, but like I don't think that's the proper term for someone who's staying in an inn. That sounds like someone who's staying at a prison, so that's probably not right. But you guys get what I'm saying. So I'm just going to continue this down and through. We're going to have this go to there. And then 1 more block up, I believe. I wonder why this is 3, though. Oh, yeah, that's because we didn't place the blocks there. I was wondering why that didn't look right. We missed it by 1 block, but we're starting things off with a little bit of roofing. It's got to be done. Roofing is a lot easier on this series as opposed to other stuff, just because the fact that we're using full blocks as the roof. I have to say, even after I've been playing on PC most days here for the last several months, you know, just between LD and this world and, you know, other stuff. Even now, like, I feel like I'm pretty good on the mouse and keyboard as I misplace, like, multiple blocks. But I swear, placing stairs is still a very difficult task. And honestly, it's just so much easier to place stairs on console just because of the movement of the game. It's just so much different compared to mouse and keyboard. But, you know, that's just how it goes. But anyway, we got that put in. So what I'm going to do next is continue this out, because we can't just kind of have that stop in the middle. That's going to look terrible. So we're going to have this run out a little bit further to right around, somewhere around there. We're going to figure that out right now, actually, because I would like to have this stair design. It's only going to go out maybe like 2-3 blocks here. We'll make a decision on that later, but let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks out is where we need to start turning it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here, I'm gonna place 2 stairs, and then I'm gonna start to take up the design around that. So let's see. If I take that out, it's gonna have to go. I'm gonna go 1 block further out, and then we're gonna take this design up, and this is gonna go, you know, stairs, upside down stairs, regular block, stairs, upside down stairs, regular block, going all the way up and connecting to the middle here. And if I do this right, which I think I did, pretty sure I have everything lined up, it should connect right up to the center here, which will be nice. So we'll have that. And once again, I can't fly for some reason. All right. So there we go. And that should connect just fine there. Okay, so as you can see, that design running straight down is connected to that design running straight down. Okay. So now what we have to do is connect the dots with the gray stained clay, which will be very easy to do. Just, you know, take it up with layers of 2 until we get it filled in. We'll do the same thing for the other side. And then I think, honestly, I might just be able to copy and paste the design of the build. We'll have to just check. So basically like that. Then, of course, over here, we're going to do our upside down stair. I believe that's how this is going to work. Oh, okay. I see the issue here. So we got to switch these. These need to be going in the other direction. This way instead. There we go. And then we're going to do 2 more sets of upside down stairs. So there and there. And then we're going to place a couple of slabs on top and bottom. And we have ourselves that little fancy roof design that I've been using throughout the whole village. So that's basically what it's going to look like from this angle, you know, without this part being filled in. I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this part just yet. One thing's for sure is that, let me just grab this real quick. So for this, let's see, well, I'm going to place a block there. And as far as that, that's fine there. I'm going to be placing some slabs right here, running across. Those will connect through there. I'm also going to be placing some slabs upside down right here. That'll run straight through. And what else can we do to this right now? Okay, so we're going to have some stairs. And this is going to be, okay, 1 block in. So, like, right, wait a minute. Right here, I believe? Or maybe right here. Let's see. Let's double check this. Okay, yeah, right there is good. So we'll have this run all the way up. And same thing on this side, except it would be right here. It's going to be a little bit closer. And could I replace that block? Yes, I can. And then what are we going to do here? We're going to have another log going across right here. Like that. We'll place one of those in the middle. Have this run up to the top. Should we take that out a few blocks, possibly? I don't think we need to. I was thinking about actually taking that out an extra block and placing some fences coming down from that. Something I've been doing throughout, and I might also place the Imperial flag on that as well. Should I do that now? Yeah, let's do it now. Let me go ahead and grab a painting real quick. I believe I have one on this wall that I could just pick block real quick, because, you know, that's how lazy I am. All right, and then we'll come over here. I'm going to place this, the Imperial flag. There we go. So we'll have that there. And if I'm going to do that on the sides of the build, I don't know yet. One thing I am going to do, though, place a slab there, place a slab there. We're probably going to fill in the inside of this with some wool. We definitely need wool, and we need some spruce wood. So let's go ahead and throw the spruce wood. No, not there. Right there, and right there. And actually, no. Let's put it here and here. And place the wool there and there. Is that good? That might be okay. I don't know if that's good. Maybe I should place a stair right there and a stair right there. That might improve that design a little bit. That's such a dark color back there. You can't even really tell. So how about this? Let me sneak my little character in between here. Let's do a wool block there instead. Honestly, maybe not actually. We'll just do okay, now this is kind of hard to place. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Nope. We don't want that curving. That's incorrect. There we go. Now I think we got it. All right, so that's going to be that part of the build. In between this, we're going to have some wool. Definitely going to have some wool in here. So I'll just basically just do a backstop of white wool. And then I'll add the rest of the design after that. And then we'll move on. Pretty simple. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of here. So we're just going to have that run through. So that's pretty much a white wool wall, which is a lot of W's. And we're going to add some fences to this. So let's do like 2 fences and an upside down slab underneath. And then, honestly, this is looking pretty good. I'm not sure if we need any more design on this other than, of course, just adding the window in the middle, which we're going to do right now. And I'm going to use whatever block this is, which is regular glass. We will have this open on the inside. Double stack it. Place an upside down stair right there. And a slab on top of that. And that'll be good. That's what we're going to do with that part of the build. Looks great. And then this part here is going to be the same as what you see over here. So how many block separation is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe I'm hoping that this is going to be a solid number here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I place a block here, what's this going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this actually going to work out for me? I think it is. I'm so happy about this. All right. So, and that also lines up with there, which is even better. Okay, guys, things are coming together now. All of a sudden, things are coming together for me. It's been this build has been a little bit of a challenge, actually. When I was streaming this build last weekend, I was just having a little trouble figuring out the final roof design and everything. But it seems that the tides have turned a little bit. I'm starting to understand the logistics of this build a little bit more, and now it seems like it's making some sense. Like all of a sudden, I think we're making some progress on this. Let me grab some of this stuff. I have to keep in mind that this is actually 1 block into the ground, so I gotta just keep that in mind. So those windows, although they look like they're touching the ground currently, on the interior they're not going to be. So I'm actually going to make sure that I put the cobblestone underneath of those. So it looks shorter over here just because it's indented into the ground a little bit, just because of the landscape. I'm trying to keep the landscape the same on this build throughout. Just trying to do that. Alright, so we're going to place some slabs here and some slabs right here. Alright, so we'll place that. Place this. And then looks like we're just going to do spruce wood. And that's pretty much it, honestly. It's just spruce wood and fences and some slabs. Pretty simple. First thing we're going to do, though, just going to get this filled across with the white wool. So just keep in mind, guys, I'm just going to finish up this wall right here, which will give us a nice template for the rest of the build. And then everything else after this is just, it won't be any new design. So this whole back of the wall is going to be the same design as over here. And then this part of the roof over here is going to be the same as that right there. And then what we just finished, this part of the roof right there, is going to be the same as over here. And then I'm also going to add these windows in the roof as well on the back side, which should be pretty interesting. And I have to say, this curvature on the roof in the back, I'm actually liking it a lot now that it's kind of like filled in. I thought I didn't think it was going to look very good, and I thought I was making a compromise, but I'm starting to take that statement back. I feel like this actually looks good, so happy about that. All right, so we're going to open this up. This is going to take no more than 40 seconds to kind of get this filled in. So we're going to have a couple of columns there. We're going to do upside down stair, and a slab, So we're going to have one spot for those windows, and then there's going to be our fence designs, which I believe we're just placing 2 fences and then a slab underneath, I believe is how this is going to work. So no fence there. Yep, that looks right. Okay, so only thing we have to do now is just come on the inside and place our glass like this. And we're looking good. So it's going to be interesting. Like these, for example, like this glass kind of connecting on the corner, there's a chance that I might make this panes. That way, it's not going to be connecting on the corner like that, especially on the interior. So we'll see if I change that ultimately. I might just, make this wall no window or something like that, just to compromise. We'll see how that kind of works on the interior, because there's going to be, for example, all of this grass on the inside here, this isn't even going to be here. It's just me more compromising for the landscape. We can flatten it out on the inside and have no issues with that at all. So let me just quickly world edit this, do a little set 0. We can break the rest by hand. So the whole interior in here is going to be, it'll probably just end up being like some spruce wood floors or something like that. Not 100% sure why this pillar is here. Gonna have to get this figured out. I had to change this a lot, so it might be a little bit dysfunctional in here right now. But we have the side of the build design finished. We have the front of the build design finished. We have the roof layout finished. So it's really more of me about, it's just about copy and pasting from here. Get the rest of it filled in. So this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to do one more thing, and then we're going to move on to working on these mountains for like 5 minutes before we wrap up the episode. So I'm just going to take this this side of the roof down as well while we're at it. So we're going to do, again, upside down stairs and slabs and full blocks and the whole 9. Fantasy Village building. Super fun. I love this series. So enjoyable. Such a good... It's just, honestly, I don't build stuff like this very often, so having it all like at once has been very enjoyable. Very much enjoying this. It's definitely way different than what I'm typically used to doing. Alright, so that'll connect across right there. And then, of course, we're going to do, while we're at it, we might as well just get this put in while we're at it. Get as much of this place done as possible. Keep in mind, this is going to be the last time I'm working on this inn. I'm going to be doing the rest of it off camera or on stream. The last time I'm going to work on it for an episode, that is. We're work on the mountains a little bit here right now. All right, so we got that done. So we're going to work on the mountains a little bit right now. And you can expect for next episode, probably going to either just build like another house design around this area of the build. Like, right now we're looking good on this space. Obviously I already have like another plots planned out over here. I have a plot planned out over there. Probably going to add one more building in this space. We have this area pretty much well planned out. This is the only area over here, the space in between the farm and the Imperial Keep and then the town square. This big, plot of land, something needs to be added there. So we're going to figure that out. Probably just 2 houses, I bet. And then maybe like a cemetery. I was actually thinking a cemetery behind this next to the fence of the farm. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. So across the way from the inn, we'll have a cemetery. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to add some other fantasy themed stuff, so like some more trees. I was also thinking about adding some sort of like cave over there, like off in the distance or something. But I don't have that idea super well developed at this point. But anyway, yeah, let's wrap up the episode with a little bit of mountain work. We're just going to do some really basic stuff here today. Nothing crazy. Don't want to go overboard on this. So we're going to do brush, sphere, and then we're going to do sand, not sab, sand 5. So now we're going to have these huge balls of sand that we're going to be placing on this landscape. And I'm just going to cover up these trees, because they'll get covered up anyway. And if any of them are like sticking out at the end, we can just replace them. So we're going to ignore this part over here. I will likely continue this mountain over to this space, but I'm going to work on this part here now. So let's just go ahead and do this. We're going to just start off with some real basic sand pillars here, just some sand balls. And we're going to try to make this very smooth along the edge of the river. I would like to make this like, get steep pretty quickly though, is my goal for this. And just kind of make it look like Skyrim mountains almost, like where they get real steep real quick. So we're going to try to, do this to the best of my ability. I have done this in the past. I have experience making mountains like this. If you guys have ever seen the other LD, it's a pretty interesting video. I'd check it out if you've never seen it. I'm pretty sure I've referenced it already in this series. But, yeah, that's when I actually built some mountains for Los Dangeles. Didn't end up keeping it on the final version of the world. Looking back, honestly, it would have been interesting. It definitely would have been interesting if I did keep it, but I decided not to. So, got this as a start. We're definitely going to make this a little bit steeper, though, and the way you do this is you got to place them like consecutively quickly and then let it all drop. It gives a little bit of frame issues, but it's just, that's a lot of blocks getting placed down. So as you can see, starting to make some peaks and stuff here, which is very nice. And try to add a little bit more to this back here. Definitely going to be placing some trees on the side of the hill. So we're going to do like multiple peaks. Like we have 2 so far. So it's going to continue. So let me just continue to place some more of these blocks. Got to take it real slow. I'm not trying to get like 4 FPS here. Also, when you place down mountains, you have to replace all the blocks as well, which can cause some issues. Luckily, I have a pretty solid computer. It's nothing special, but it doesn't take, a supercomputer to run Minecraft at a decent rate. So we should be okay. I have crashed my world in the past, being too ambitious with world edit. So I understand, the limitations for sure. All right, so we're gonna place like a little bit more right there. So that's a pretty good start. I would like to make these even a little bit taller than what we have currently. And maybe it will get taller as we get further back. I would like to make it definitely significantly taller than that one. I would say probably the peak of the top mountain will probably be right around where I'm standing here. So we're going to have to get to that eventually. And we're just starting off small here today, though. Nothing crazy. So I'm just going to place a few more of these sands. These sand pillars, sand blocks, or whatever you want to call them. Sand balls. And we're going to start to switch this out. Sand balls. All right. So let's go ahead and replace this. And the way I'm going to do this, what's the best way to do this? Let's start from over here. going to grab a block probably right around here. We might have to do like 2 runs of this, but that's okay. So the way I do this is I highlight the region that we need. It's going to be right around here. We do a position 2, and I do replace sand, which is 12, or we'll just type in sand, with grass, which is 2. So that'll replace all those blocks. And now, as you can see, it looks really bad because it's all grass. So then the next thing I do, let me just make sure I have it all covered here before we make that change. And we have to do that last little bit right there, which is fine. So the next thing I do is I do / naturalize. And this is where it's going to look real beautiful all of a sudden out of nowhere. It starts to, whoops, did I mess that up? Oh, yep, I did. There we go. So now what naturalize does is it makes the top layer grass, and then it goes like 2 blocks down, and then it starts to do stone, and it transforms it into a mountain, like with a blink of an eye. So what I got to do next is, well, first off, we need to set this position and get this sand switched out as well. We'll do that, and let's go ahead and do position 2. Let's do replace sand with grass, and then we'll naturalize it. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is we're just going to get rid, ooh, I keep on mistyping this. So we're just going to do / none, unbound my tool, and then I'm going to do brush smooth. And this will allow me just to kind of smoothen out the landscape a little bit, just so it doesn't look like I just placed a bunch of spheres on the ground and let them fall. Although, I will admit, though, the sand does do actually a pretty good job of... This is the reason why I use sand as opposed to, like, another block. Because the sand actually does a pretty good job of just, like, almost smoothing itself out. So it's definitely something that... It doesn't take a lot for this. You just kind of have to pick and choose your spots. And just try to make it look like it actually was naturally occurring. Which, you know, mountains do spawn like this in Minecraft. You know, if you go to, like... Those savanna biomes can have mountains that look kind of like this. But these are a little bit more wintry, a little bit more unnatural. It's not something you're going to typically find on a seed, but it doesn't make it any less cool. So just trying to smoothen it out a little bit in some of these parts where it kind of looks like there's still been spheres placed. Got to be careful that I don't, you know, break into stuff that I've built. Because the thing about the smoothing feature on this is it doesn't care about the builds. It just smooths whatever you do. Like, I can just go to these trees and I can just start smoothing them, and it literally just, like, completely annihilates them. So, you know, I could go over to like the Imperial Keep and start smoothing it out, and it would do the exact opposite of what I would hope. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. And let's take a step back here, take a look at it. So here's kind of like a start for this mountain range. Obviously, this peak is a little bit of an outlier. We're going to have to make it a little bit more smooth, but this is a great start. I'm definitely going to make it taller. One thing I'm actually going to do real quick is get a snow peak on the top of this. So let's do, let me think, can I remember this? I believe it's brush, sphere, and then snow, I believe is the snow, and then let's do like 2. And then I believe I do mask grass. I'm pretty sure is how this works. Yep, there we go. I did remember. So just do a little bit of a snow peak at the top of this. Doesn't even have to go down very far at all. Just a little bit. And then, of course, I can come in and do some bone meal as well. Just, you know, make it look even more natural. Did I not grab the bone meal? I hate when that happens. It's such a frustrating thing when I grab the block that I need and it just like doesn't go into my inventory for some reason. All right, so if I can start spamming some bone meal on this, getting this all filled in. You know, just no rhyme or reason to this. Just place it everywhere, and it'll help it make it look a little bit more natural. Honestly, I wish that the naturalize command in World that it also placed bone meal on the blocks. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know if that would work overall, but I think it'd be kind of cool. And did I just spot like a hole in this? Yeah, look at that. There's a hole going straight down to the bottom here. I guess that's where a mushroom was. That's fine. We can just fill that off. Sand doesn't fall on mushrooms, I guess. So there's going to be a couple of those spots probably on this mountain if I look up from the top. Well, anyway, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and finish this off by doing /tree spruce. Spruce starts with an R, and we can just place some spruce trees on the side of this hill. Let's place one like right here. Nope. Let's place one right. Nope. Can't place it there. There we go. One right there. Do one right there. And we'll throw one down over here. And let's put one right here. Maybe one more over here somewhere. It seems like a good spot. Alright, now let's take a step back. I think we're done for now. And look at that, guys. We just built this huge landscape. How long did that take? 10 minutes? Not even? 8 minutes? This just massive landscape is just created. Just like that. It's amazing. That would take, if I built that on console, even if I didn't even build, it's like, I would have to build it hollow. If I built this on console, it would take, you know, it would take weeks. I can't even, like, describe it. It took me 8 minutes with World Edit. It's unbelievable. It's an amazing feature. Super fun to use. Super fun to play around with. We're going to make some big mountain ranges going around now that I have a pretty good sample size here. I feel like this could definitely work. Do a whole mountain range around. Maybe a whole mountain range around, like, the whole village. Like, have it run around this way. Run up past, like, the fence and everything. Because there's kind of, like, water on that side. So, like, there'd be, like, a mountain range next to the ocean or something. I think it'd just be cool landscape overall. It already has a cool landscape, this village, so just make it that much better. Just add that much more character to the place. But anyway, guys, this episode's running a little long, so I'm going to wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the Fantasy Village Let's Build. I know I am, and I appreciate the support you guys are giving each episode. It means a lot to me. It's a lot of fun coming on this world and just messing around and building new stuff. So drop a like if you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.